In fact, a lot of oil exploration companies have been in focus. This one in particular is based out of Northeast Assam in particular. Ramasamy Jeevanandam, he's the managing director of HOEC, is joining us now to talk more about the third quarter numbers. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us. Your third quarter marked the first takeoff of crude from B-80 oil well. Could you explain to us and also the logic behind the sale happening only when inventory crosses the 4 lakh barrel mark? Because given that your daily production rate is 800 barrels per day, it will take 500 days for the next sale to happen.
Yes, if 800 barrel is the only production, that is, you are right, it will take 500 days. The minimum parcel size required by the refineries are in the order of 400,000 barrels plus. So this is a storage of crude oil at FSO. The shuttle tanker takes the crude from the FSO. So that's why the minimum parcel size is 400,000 barrels. So in our case, we are waiting the D1 activation. If that is successful, then this duration of 500 days would come down. We have to wait for the results of the backer operations to be carried out in the month end and early the first week of March.
Right. Well, I just wanted to understand also how the pricing works for the same. Suppose you supply something today and then that gets sold after 500 days.
That's a simple process actually. The month of average price of the Brent price for the month of Offtake would be the basis for it. Suppose I make an Offtake on 30th of January. January Brent price average would be the basis for pricing.
Okay. Now the D-well clearing work has been ongoing. When will this be done, and when will the field be ramped up as per your estimates?
See, this is a reservoir blockage on one well because the field is having only 2 wells. That's why it becomes predominant. And we believe in the value of the block, the underlying reserves in the block. So we plan to drill 3 wells also in 26-27. So we are confident that this field will back to its full potential. But now we are bogged down with the shutting down of the D1 well.
Right, Mr. Jeevanandam, so say for the first quarter FY25, are you confident that both the wells will be operational, these important ones, and what would be your overall oil and gas production run rate by then?
It is in this business, giving a guidance is inappropriate. But everything goes well. You can't say that. You better not to give any guidance at this stage for the D1 well, unless the backer operation is completed. Otherwise, our current production level will continue.
Right. Currently, your debt stands at about 150 crore rupees, but you have planned Capex of 1,000 crores for the next 3 years. How do you intend to fund it?
You could have seen our EBITDA of 9 months, and we will be crossing 300 crores per annum, our net cash. So with that, we will comfortably able to meet our all discretionary capital expenditure of 1,000 crores. And the debt obligation is over a period of 3 years, 3 to 4 years. So it's not a big burden to us, 150 crores. So we will be able to meet all our Capex with internal accruals itself.
Any kind of production guidance that you can give us regarding the Dirok fields?
I can tell you one thing, it is inappropriate in this business to give any guidance because many of the imponderables are there, many variables are beyond our control. But our wishful projection is to double it our current production. That is our wishful projection. And our reference goes to 60%. We are planning the gap at the moment, planning for the gap as such.
Right. Okay. So the two main pipelines of yours working in Northeast Indradhanush gas grid and Gale Urja Ganga, by when are they expected to be completed, and how do you see the demand to shape post the same?
See that I can't comment on the completion dates as such. Once it get completed, even the DNPL line get connected and hooked up to the from Duliajan hub to the IGGL line, we should be able to ramp up at least 40 million cubic feet of gas per day. And if the northeastern gas is getting connected to the national grid, we are ready to ramp up to 70 million cubic feet per day. That would be the field production.
Sure. And from FY25 onwards, full potential you think of Derrock field can be realized, and how much could that be?
Yes, I told you it is inappropriate to give guidance, but if everything goes well, we could be able to ramp up next financial year at least 40 million cubic feet of gas. And next but 1 year, when the entire gas grid get connected, when the gas from eastern region can get into the national grid, we are ready to ramp up to 70 million cubic feet per day.
Right. In the recent budget, we have seen a special importance has been given to the Northeast region. In fact, Finance Minister did mention it as a key focus area. Given that you have a very significant presence there, what kind of developments do you see over the next 2-3 years?
See, it's a substantial work is happening on it. This gas grid itself is a big move. So once there about 8 to 10 million, 12 to 13 million cubic meters of gas gets into the national grid itself is a big movement in the northeast region. And that itself is creating a substantial value and revenue to the area itself.
All right, Mr. Jeevanandam, thank you very much for joining us on the show today. We'll take a short break.